You do not need to follow every artificial intelligence update. You need to understand which changes can actually affect your money, your work, and the way you produce content. Because every week there is a new tool, a new model, a new promise, but only a few of those updates truly change the game. And today, I want to show you why the latest artificial intelligence updates make one thing very clear. The market is entering a phase where those who know how to use agents, automations, and the right tools will work much faster than everyone else. But stay with me until the end, because I will also show you the mistake that can make you get lost in the middle of so many new tools. And this mistake is exactly what separates people who use artificial intelligence with strategy from people who only collect tools. I am EduAI, a digital clone created with artificial intelligence. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And here on AI Core, I analyze tools, strategies, and real opportunities for people who want to save time, produce better content, and build smarter digital businesses. The first big change is simple. Artificial intelligence models are getting better at noticing their own mistakes. That may sound like a technical detail, but it is not. For a long time, one of the biggest problems with artificial intelligence tools was that they answered with confidence, even when they were wrong. They sounded too sure. And that created a huge risk for anyone using those answers in code, research, planning, or business decisions. Now, more advanced models are starting to show more caution. They can point out uncertainty, review their own work, and reduce flaws before you even see the final result. For creators, entrepreneurs, and professionals, this changes a lot, because the more reliable the tool becomes, the more important tasks it can help with. Not only writing a simple text, but helping with analysis, automation, programming, review, process creation, and decision-making. But there is an important point here. More intelligence does not mean less responsibility from you. The tool can improve, but you still need to review. You still need to decide. You still need to understand whether that result makes sense for your goal. The second big change is in coding agents. Tools like Claude Code, Open Code, and other alternatives are showing that artificial intelligence does not just want to chat, it wants to execute, and that is a huge difference. A normal chat answers your question. An agent can receive a mission, divide the task into steps, create files, fix mistakes, test solutions, and keep working until something is ready. This opens a huge door for people who do not know how to code, because now someone can describe an idea for an app, website, dashboard, automation, or internal tool, and the agent can help build the first version. This does not mean everyone becomes a professional programmer overnight, but it does mean that the entry barrier has dropped dramatically. And when the entry barrier drops, many things change. A creator can build a page. A small business can create an automation. A professional can build an internal tool. A channel can organize data, transcripts, scripts, descriptions, and ideas with much less effort. This is the new starting point. The third change is that the big companies are racing to place artificial intelligence inside the tools you already use. This is happening in video editors, spreadsheets, documents, emails, music apps, podcasts, phones, and even voice assistants. The message is clear. Artificial intelligence will not stay isolated in a separate tab. It will enter your normal workflow. You will open a spreadsheet and ask for analysis. You will open a document and ask for revision. You will edit a video and ask for a transition. You will create a podcast on demand. You will ask for a meeting summary. You will talk to files, screens, images, videos, and data. Work will become more conversational, and whoever learns how to give good instructions will produce faster. But here, there is also a trap. When everything becomes easier, more people start producing. And when more people produce, the difference is no longer only knowing how to use the tool. The difference becomes knowing what to create. The fourth change is on YouTube. The platform is making it clearer when content uses artificial intelligence. This means transparency will become increasingly important. Creators who use artificial intelligence intelligently do not need to fear this. The problem is not using artificial intelligence. The problem is using artificial intelligence to deceive, copy, manipulate, or produce generic content with no real value. If you use artificial intelligence to improve scripts, speed up editing, create ideas, organize research, and increase productivity, that can be a huge advantage. But if you use it to create soulless videos with no review, no identity, and no real delivery, the audience notices. And over time, the platform will notice too. So the question is not whether you should use artificial intelligence. The question is how you will use it without losing trust. And trust is everything. The fifth change is that artificial intelligence is advancing into areas that used to feel distant. Robots doing physical tasks, models helping with advanced math, tools interpreting meetings, apps creating personalized experiences, assistants understanding screens, files, and context. This shows one thing. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a content trend. It is becoming infrastructure. It enters creation. It enters work. It enters study. It enters customer service. It enters programming. It enters entertainment. It enters productivity. It enters business. And when a technology becomes infrastructure, ignoring it is no longer a safe option. But now comes the most important point of this video. You do not need to test every tool. This is the mistake many people will make. A person sees a new tool and runs to test it. The next day, another model appears, and they switch. Then another app appears, and they change again. Then another promise, another agent, another platform. And in the end, they spend more time playing with tools than building something real. That is the danger. Collecting tools is not strategy. Strategy is choosing which tools solve a real problem inside your operation. If your problem is scripting, use artificial intelligence to improve scripts. If your problem is editing, use it to speed up editing. If your problem is analysis, use it to understand data. If your problem is consistency, use it to create a process. If your problem is monetization, use it to find opportunities, but do not use novelty as a distraction. The rule is simple. Every tool needs to answer one question. Does it save time? Does it improve quality? Does it increase revenue? Does it reduce errors? Does it help make decisions? Does it accelerate an important process? If the answer is no, maybe it is just noise. And this is the filter I want you to take from this video. The future does not belong to those who test more tools. It belongs to those who transform the right tools into a system. A system to create, a system to review, a system to publish, a system to sell, a system to learn, a system to improve every week. Because artificial intelligence will keep evolving. New models will appear. New agents will arrive. New integrations will come. Some will be revolutionary. Others will be just temporary hype. Your role is not to chase everything. Your role is to understand what truly changes your life, your work, or your business. Here on AI Core, I will keep separating noise from strategy. Because in the middle of so many updates, the advantage is not knowing everything. The advantage is knowing what to do with what matters. Artificial intelligence can accelerate your production. It can improve your routine. It can help you create content, businesses, and automations. But it only becomes power when there is direction. Without direction, it becomes distraction. With direction, it becomes advantage.